number one of being the neighborhood alpha dad is you got to stay ready, you got to stay mobile, and you got to be a supple leopard. Most importantly, today is part 3 of my series, 50 exercises to become a fit dad, to stay stacked, jacked, and succulent. Y'all, 2 quick things. 1, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Just do it. Share this with a dad you think it might be an encouragement to, that we can help them in their fitness journey. And then 2, if you're watching this and you haven't first watched the first installment of this series, go back to part 1 of my 50 top exercises for dads to get fit. Watch exercises 1 through 10, then watch part 2, exercises 11 through 20. And then today we've got part 3, exercises 21 through 30. Let's get it. But first, a quick warm up. Fellas, listen, if you're in your 30s and 40s and already complaining about feeling old, you got a long 50 years ahead of you and you already got 1 foot in the grave. Listen, mobility is a big part of it. I do a quick warm up before every workout. It's like 5 to 7 minutes specific to the exercises I'm doing that day. Hit a quick warm up so you stay loose, so you stay agile, hostile, aggressive, all of that. But listen, you are not old. You are still in your prime. Still push it, lift heavy, hit the sprints. Let's jump right into these exercises. I'm warm now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling dangerous. Exercise number 21 on my list of 50 exercises to get you stacked, jacked, and succulent is none other than the pull-up. Dads, listen, in your lifetime, you will be judged on a lot of things. Your bank account, your faithfulness to your family, and you'll also be judged by how strict and crisp your pull-up reps are. I'm talking full range of motion all the way down, collarbone to the bar. None of this half rep garbage, full crisp pull-ups. This is something that you should teach your children, pass on to them so they can teach their children, something that your future generations, your offspring will talk about, how crisp their great-grandfather's pull-up reps were because they saw them on the YouTube or the TikTok or the Instagram. Slow descent on each and every pull-up rep. If I'm doing body weight pull-ups, it's something like 4 to 5 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Always go for broke on my final set, as many reps as I can do with good form. But even better, I like to do these weighted. Throw a weight belt around your waist, maybe a 25 or a 45, and the reps then change from anywhere from 3 to 8 reps. Exercise number 22, we've got the box squat. Easily one of the best ways to build explosiveness, to get stronger, and to break through plateaus. When I see most people do box squats online, they're absolute garbage. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't know who's teaching these. They're using a super high bench and basically bouncing off of this. So first, let me show you what not to do. I'm not going to do a lot of weight, and I'm going to try not to break my spine, but I see them on a very high bench. They go down, not full depth, and they kind of like bounce off of the bench, and I'll see people like throwing on all of this weight, using the bench for momentum and just feeling cool because they've done a bunch of weight. What we need to do is we need to go back old school Louis Simmons from West Side Barbell. Oh, don't take the rack out of the bar like that. I'm just doing this for visualization purposes. So for instance, I'm 5'9". I'm using a 12-inch box. The goal with the box squat, slow descent. We're going to completely unload the hips so you take tension off of the muscles. And then from a standstill, we try to explode out of the hole as fast as we can possibly go. 75 to 80%, 5 sets of 3, exploding out of the hole. Don't bounce off the bench. Do, 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 do. Hello. Smooth like Keith Stone.
Keith Stone.
Keith Stone, you're so smooth.
Always.
Exercise number 23 is the sumo stance barbell good morning. If you're trying to build a legit posterior chain, low back, glutes, hamstrings, this is one of the top exercises. 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, build that backside. As always, make sure we're not rounding the back, brace the core, keep those shoulder blades pinned back. When you initiate this movement, think about poking your butt back first, slight bend in the knees. I go down until I feel a good stretch in the hamstrings. Then I stand up, squeeze the butt. I think one of the worst things we can do as dads is get slow, apathetic, and lethargic. That's why we've got to add explosive exercises into our training. When you get out of shape, that is not fair to your wife, is not fair to your kids. That's why exercise number 24 is the plyometric push-up. My goal for several years has been hypertrophy, to get bigger. And then I noticed I wasn't doing enough explosive training like sprints and plyometrics. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to lose a step. So I've gotten diligent about at the beginning of each workout doing a plyometric workout. For instance, on a lower body day, it might be squat jumps or split jumps. On an upper body day, it's going to be a plyometric push-up. I'll do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Usually I try to accumulate about 40 reps of a plyometric exercise on each heavy strength training day. So that's about 4 days per week. You've got me on a kick now with the plyometric explosive type exercises. So on leg day, one of my favorite exercises to get explosive is the split jump. So exercise number 25 is the split jump. This is an awesome exercise. I'll do 4 sets of 10 reps. This builds explosiveness in the quads and the glutes. It jacks the heart rate up a little bit. It's a beautiful exercise. It gets us training unilaterally. We tend to favor one side when we squat, and so this makes us train both legs evenly. I get in 40 reps of this exercise at least 1 day per week. My Garage Gym Gains program for a short time is 50% off with code Garage Gym. It's an epic program to get fit in your garage gym. I like to say if you look good, you feel good, you perform at a high level. That's the goal of my program. Check it out with the link in my bio, benbarkerfitness.com, my Garage Gym Gains program. I just dropped a podcast the other day talking about the top 20 benefits of working out in a garage gym. And one of my main benefits is that I don't have to wear a shirt. My good friend Kenny Chesney says, no shoes, no shirt, no problem. And in between sets when I'm training heavy in the garage or during my warm-up, I can come outside, get some sunlight, get some vitamin D, which is very important for testosterone production. I can take my shoes off and I can get in my exercises. Exercise number 26 is the squat jump. Guys, we've got to stay explosive. Stay light on the feet. Each and every rep, we're jumping as high as we can. I don't always do these body weight. Sometimes I will do them in a goblet position, or the typical consensus is 25% of your back squat weight, 3 to 4 sets of 3 to 5 reps. I tell my kids all the time, when you see people walking around like this, you automatically have a certain opinion of them, but when their chest is bowed out, their shoulders are pulled back, you think differently of them. That's why exercise number 27 is the bent row. So big thing on the bent row is when at full extension at the bottom, bring all the way to the rib cage, squeeze the back, and then control the descent. What we want to avoid is kind of kipping that rep up there. I like to go with the reverse grip because I can move a little more weight that way. I hit the biceps. If you're strictly wanting to focus on the lats, I would use some lifting straps, overhand grip, really squeeze the back, control the descent on each and every rep. 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps if I'm focusing on hypertrophy. If I'm focusing strictly on strength, I like 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps. One of the first Alpha Dad videos I ever made was me walking around the neighborhood with a dumbbell, and I was just kind of joking around. I said, if you want to display dominance in your neighborhood, take a quick lap around the neighborhood carrying a heavy weight, no shoes, no shirt, and a hat that doesn't quit. I cannot tell you guys how hot that cement is. It's like 95 degrees in Arkansas today. Yeah. Exercise number 28 is the single arm farmer carry. Listen, the normal farmer carry with 2 dumbbells or 2 implements is great. I like the single arm farmer carry because it makes us really have to work on our posture. It wants to pull us to one side, and so we have to use the obliques to hold ourselves steady and keep the torso upright. And so it works on several things. We get our steps in for the day. We effectively train the core, train the grip, and you can go barefoot, train the feet, and also get outside and get some more sunlight. This is a win-win. I kind of eyeball it on the farmer's carry, and I'll march off about 20 paces or 20 long steps, about 20 yards. I'll go down and back with one arm, down and back with the other arm, and I'll knock out 5 to 6 sets of that. Dads, are your biceps an embarrassment to your ancestors? Me too. Listen, guys, we can do this with enough hypertrophy work. If we train hard for long enough, if we eat enough calories, if we take our creatine and our protein, we can get some big, sleeve-busting, juicy biceps. Stay with me here. We can do this. Exercise number 29 is the dumbbell incline bicep curl. So I think the key on bicep curls, and guys, listen to me, when you look at my arms, you might be like, who is this guy to give advice on building big arms? Listen, for a long time, I was training mainly for performance, and now I'm just trying to get yoked and still have performance. So bear with me here. Incline bicep curl is beautiful because our back is fixed. We can't kind of like lean back and cheat a little bit. And we also get extra range of motion on the bicep due to the arms going behind us. I think the things I'm learning lately is that for hypertrophy, weight does not matter as much, but it's those slow and controlled reps, 3 sets of around 12 reps. And then on my final set, I'll do a big drop set. Speaking of muscles that we wish were bigger, exercise number 30, we've got the single arm tricep push down. to kind of just willy-nilly go through my reps, and I'm really focusing as of late on hitting those incredibly slow and painful eccentrics, lowering that weight as slowly as possible. That's where the muscle gets broken down, and then when we're resting and eating properly, that's when they can recover and grow back stronger. Y'all know Dr. Mike from Renaissance Periodization. I like his advice. He seems very scientifically based. I don't know how to say his last name. I think he might be taking some vitamins and supplements that I'm not taking. That's not a knock against him, because I just got to say, guys, you can take steroids, and if you're not putting in the proper work, like you're never going to look like him. And most people will not put in the work for long enough to ever look like him, no matter what they're doing. So that's not a knock against him. That's just kind of saying it is what it is. He was talking about guys come to him and like, oh man, I wish my arms are bigger and all this other stuff. And he's like, well, what are you doing for arm day? I'm like, well, after back day, I'll do like 3 or 4 or 6 sets of bicep curls. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, what about for triceps? And I'm like, well, on my chest and shoulder day, once I finish that, I'll knock out a few sets of like tricep push-downs. And he's like, well, there you have it. That's why you're not growing. If you really want growth in a certain area, you need to place more of an emphasis on it. I've been doing a 4-day split forever. Recently, I have changed. Fridays is chest, shoulders, and back. And then Saturdays, I'm doing a complete arm workout, just biceps and triceps. Finally trying to grow these bad boys. I don't know if it's working yet, but I'll keep you posted. Dr. Mike knows what he's talking about. Quick note on the single arm tricep push-downs. I like 3 sets of 12 reps per arm. And then just like the biceps, I do a big drop set at the end where I go as heavy as I can, do as many sets as I can with good form, drop the weight, another set of as many good reps as I can do with good form, drop the weight a third time, another drop set. Fellas, there you have it. Exercises 21 through 30 for dads to get fit, stacked, jacked, and succulent. Y'all, you know how when you go to like a restaurant or any place of business and there's like a comment box and they're like, leave us a comment, with some feedback. Y'all, drop me a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Let me know what I can do better. Let's get real here. Let's get raw. Leave some mean comments. I'm ready to receive that. On a real note, y'all, seriously, thanks for watching today. If you would subscribe to my channel, genuinely appreciate you. Y'all are the best. Let's get fit, stacked, jacked, and succulent, and encourage some other dads along the way.